Welcome to our Helicopter Landing Zone, also known as HLZ video. In this video, we will discuss how to request an aircraft, identifying an appropriate LZ, hazards and LZ safety, and basic helicopter LZ operations. Let's see how to request an aircraft. First, by phone. Call Medcom. When you initially call Medcom, whether it's by phone or radio, identify yourself.
Medcom, this is Lauren.
Hey Lauren, this is Ron with City of Pearl Fire Department. I need to request air care to a scene here in Pearl. Can you help me?
Your location, city, county, then intersection or 911 address.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have an address for the location?
I've got an intersection. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
All right, it's going to be Highway 80 at Airport Road.
All right, give me just 1 second. Let me call it out to the closest aircraft, okay?
Sure.
Then give your callback number or radio frequency. An alternative method is by using a Miss-Win radio.
WA Adam 7 to UMC Medcom. Medcom, go ahead. Hey, I just want to check and see if you and check the status of a bird. If you had one potentially available, we've served mile marker 19855 northbound around the Duck Hill area.
Copy. I can put one on standby.
Identifying the best landing zone can take practice and should have many considerations. It should be 100 feet by 100 feet on preferably a flat surface such as concrete, asphalt, or open grass field. We will land on gravel, but we try not to because the rocks will pick up and fly around. Many people ask, why do you want a space so big? Helicopters typically swoop in and swoop out, and this makes sure they have enough space to do that safely. One of the biggest hazards for helicopters, especially on scenes, is wires. Identifying power lines, phone lines, guide wires, etc. prior to the aircraft arrival and making sure they're known about is crucial. Parking vehicles or lights underneath these wires can be a good way to mark them, especially at night. Here is an example of what we might see from the air. Note how hard it is to see those wires. Now once the aircraft is 5 to 10 minutes out, the crew will want to talk to the LZ command or person overseeing the LZ to get a brief description of any hazards and the ideal landing location. This is typically done over the radio. This is an example of that radio traffic.
UC 5, University Air Care 1, on the Medcom channel.
Air Care 1, this is Pearl FD3, Medcom channel.
Good, FD3.
This is a scene out on 468.
It's good copy. We're almost to you. Where you want us to land? Where you got the LZ set up?
We got you a spot on the highway between a fire truck and a red fire pickup truck. It's going to be just to the west of the crash.
Sometimes the crew might suggest an alternate location that has a little bit less hazards just because they might see a little bit different vantage point from the air. Night operations can be even more challenging. This includes dawn and dusk. Can you spot the power lines here? What about now? Parking vehicles under lines is very helpful at night, especially to help identify those hazards. If the aircraft is landing on a roadway, please make sure to stop all traffic. Do not shine any lights or flashlights at the aircraft as it can blind the crew, especially while the crew is wearing NVGs. If you notice a hazard or a problem while the aircraft is on approach, please let the crew know over the radio as soon as possible. This can be done by simple commands like go around or stop. Do not approach a running aircraft unless told to do so by the crew and you have made visual contact with the pilot. The aircraft should only be approached under the blades from the 12 o'clock position so you have good visual contact with the pilot. Never come from the tail. A tail guard is preferred on all scenes, but especially on a roadway. The tail guard should be at least 50 to 100 feet behind the aircraft and protect the tail from anyone approaching the aircraft that is not authorized to do so. Anyone around a running aircraft should not have any loose articles of clothing. This includes hats, badges, and no one should ever put their hands above their head. If helping the crew load the patient, the general rule is never pass the white antenna, and only approach with the crew as instructed to do so. Lastly, thank you for keeping us safe when utilizing landing zones. Y'all make the difference. To activate an aircraft, you can call Medcom at 601-984-4367, or you can do it off your MISWIN radio using either the Medcom channel or State Special Events Common.